The week, it's Friday. Getting my behind home, but it's been a long day, man. Can't wait. January is almost half done. Anyway, like I said, man, this year is about to be heavy and push it all the way. Uh, what else I was going to talk about? Oh yeah, we have a big traveling with the whole team in Amsterdam this year to finish one of the Green Challenge last step with the Rockstar Accelerator program. I really hope it's my last one, actually. All right, guys, I'll talk to you on Monday. Man, we're a few weeks in now in 2018, and I can honestly say, man, I'm excited about 2018, man. We have a lot of things as a company here on the pipeline. I usually don't like to talk about what goals we have and all those things because I think it's overrated. But I'm highly positive. Every year since I started this business, it's always about making it bigger, increase our impact, especially our social impact, make our technology better, show that we can make African technology that work for African and solving African problem. And that's what we've been doing for the last 5 years. We're going to celebrate our 5-year anniversary in February as a company. I got some very, very interesting thing on the pipeline. Personally, one thing, and it's on the hush hush. I don't have a date yet, but I'm working on a book. It'll be a series of two or three books, but at least two that we're working on. I'm working on with a co-writer. So, by the way, I am definitely not a writer. Okay, so you'll see it on the book. I'll make sure I write and I address the fact that it's been co-wrote by somebody else. But I think I have a lot of experience and knowledge that I've learned through my life so far. I've seen the progress in my 20s. In most of our 20s, we don't necessarily know what we want. We don't necessarily know what our skill sets is. We don't necessarily know what our passion is. We don't have the confidence level. We're still searching. We're still looking for what to do. In my 30s, I knew exactly what I wanted. Business was definitely my passion. I discovered my passion. By 30, my craft was not fully there yet, but it was getting there. I was accomplishing a few things already. I had a drawback, but I was still procrastinating a few things. And one of the procrastination I had was books. I wanted to write this book a long time ago. I had this dream about writing a book. But I spent 30 pages in 4 years, in the last 4 years. Just ridiculous. So I still procrastinate. I still had some fear about a few things. For example, public speaking was something I was interested in, but I wasn't sure how to address it, how to approach it. And this particular last 2-3 years has been different. My 40s, which started last year, and is definitely going to be the when you look at a jet, you're on the tarmac, you're about to take off, and then you're right there. That was my 30s, and then boom, I'll be in the air. That'll be my 40s. Why? Because I know what my purpose is now. There is no doubts. There is no cloud anymore. There hasn't been any cloud in a few years, but now it's clear what needs to be done. On the business side, most of you guys have been following me. You already know what I've been doing. Social impact is my passion, but now I've realized that it's a driving force that is growing dramatically. More conferences I do, more people are moving into the social business aspect of things, and they really understanding that we live in a planet that is sick. The people living in this planet damaging and destroying. We're destroying this planet. We're not taking care of the future generation, and we at 7 or 8 billion now. We're looking at 9, 10 billion in the next few decades. and the problem is not getting better. I'm traveling all over the place, on the West Africa, East Africa, and I start seeing plastic. It's getting worse and worse. But I see young men and women doing some great things. One of the video I did was about what the 5 top social business you can get into for the next 5 to 10 years. But what's lacking in a lot of us, it's the knowledge on how to take this business to the next level. This is a worldwide problem, and it's touching Africa more than any other continent in the world. We don't have the right infrastructure. We don't have the right policy to fight, pollution and plastic waste and all those things. We don't have funding, government not putting in place funding to promote social impact enterprises, solving some of those problems. And I want to teach, I want to show guys how we did it, how we raise money, how we structure our company so your tax is not killing you, so you can reinvest the money you're saving to the business, how you scale up, how you merge or purchase other company, which is something we're looking at this year also. Merger. How do you scale up with different models depending on the business you're? There's so many layers to this game that I've learned, and I still have a lot to learn. I mean, I'm not here saying that I have all the solution, but I want to share. I believe we live in a sharing economy where we need to share information. And what's the best way to do it? Social media. And that's what my plan is for the future. And this year is going to be bigger. The biggest thing this year will definitely be my book. I'm not going to share the title yet, but it should be done toward the end of this year. I'll be starting promotion in June, July. So, if you need more video, trust me, I'll do more video about it. But if you remember this, man, copy when you get it. When you see the message, at least try to get it. It'll be very interesting. It'll be mostly about my journey between two worlds, in the States and back to the continent, and the differences and what I've learned personally and professionally. So the second thing is our expansion plan. So we start in Uganda. Nigeria is the next market. So Nigerians, expect some kiosks on your car, at least on the pilot side. And we're looking for more, partners. We're looking for more people to do business with. We're looking to learn. We're looking, to partner with a few companies. We definitely going to raise our seed fund this year, probably on the first quarter. So there's a lot of things going on, but enough about me and the company, man. This is about you. What are you going to be doing this year? What is your goal? What you're trying to accomplish. Forget about, it's 2018. I decided I'm gonna, do this. No. Don't just focus on what you want to do, but what's the action you're gonna be taking, man? What's gonna be your next 5 to 10 years? Forget about planning for a year. Plan for a lifetime. What's the next 5 to 10 years? What's your end goal, man? What impact are you trying to have in this world? And are you still procrastinating? If last year you were trying to plan something you didn't do, what you waiting for? I procrastinated about writing a book, like I said, for the last 4 to 5 years. So I'm the best person to tell you, stop procrastinating. Life is short. Turning 40 wakes you up a little bit, man. You got to ask yourself, like, hey, I got what? I mean, we live till 80, but I don't plan to work till I'm 80. Maybe do a little bit of a few things left and right, but I give myself 20 years at 60. I like to I don't like the word retire, but relax, and not work just because the sake of working, but just travel around and see the world and work whenever you feel like it. Even though I get bored real quick, but we'll see about that. But 20 years is nothing. It's short. I remember when I was 20, 40 was so far ahead. I mean, it was like 40, yeah. I was looking at 40 people like, man, that was like old people, Now I'm 40, I'm like, shit, damn, what happened? And you look back and you realize, okay, if you've done certain things in your life, accomplished a few things, then you can be happy about a few things, but you got to look forward and ask yourself, what's your legacy? What you going to live in this planet? you know. So listen, guys, I'm excited about 2018. Anybody out there looking for advice, trying to get some advice about business, some advice about how to start a social business, how to raise some fund, let's share and collect our brain. You know what they say, brainstorm, share the information, share the knowledge, you know, work together. Actually, it's about to rain. I don't know if you can see it. Shit, it's getting darker, but share the information and get started, man. I'm so pumped up, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's about to be again. 2017 was great. 16 was good. You know, 15, 14 they were good. You know, and I always trying to put the ball up and up and up. You know, and it doesn't matter if you reach the whole ball, but as long as you put the energy, the action behind it, then you can say at the end of the year, you know what, I gave it my all. A few things happened, another didn't happen. That's fine. There's another year to live, you know, God willing, you know. So what's gonna be your steps, you know? And don't settle for less, man. You know, think big, man. Think big. And I want to end with this, man. I always say this, you know, Africa has the biggest challenge happening for global warming. We're the least prepared in the world. The least, you know. We don't have the structure to protect us from global warming in the agricultural sector, in all sectors, you know. So I don't believe my generation will be the one making a difference, but you know, the 20s and early 30s, man, you need to get your ass together, you know. Stop thinking about your tribe or your country, you know. Think Pan-African, you know. Think for the continent, man, and solve this damn problem, man. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem, because together we can never lose. Take care, man.